What's up, guys and girls? This is Timmy and welcome back to Osiris New Dawn. So unfortunately, between the last episode and this one, there has been another update which has wiped my progress. But as you can see in front of me, I have made lots of progress. And that's because, as I said in the last episode or episode before, if it did keep wiping, I wasn't going to sort of keep playing because it's just kind of... I've kind of got to the end of what I can do in it, and that's kind of what this episode's about. And also, it's just, you know, it's difficult to record and play a game when it keeps wiping every week or so. So, in end of that, I thought, or in lieu of that, I thought what I would do is basically get all the materials together. I did spawn in some stuff to do this. I'm not going to pretend that I did this all yet again from scratch. And just have a quick look at all the vehicles and all the various things that the game has to offer, and then we can wrap this one up, and hopefully, you know, give it a few weeks where it'll settle down a bit, and I'll get in a little bit more content, and then we can come back to it, because I do love this game, and it is early access, and it's a hell of an early access game. They have really, really done a good job on it. But obviously it's not a fully fleshed out game, so everything's not in it, but what is in it is great and gives it a lot of potential for the future. So without further ado, let's not look at the vehicles. The first thing I want to look at is over here. I saw one at that abandoned base the other day, and I want to have a look. I built one here because it is freaking awesome. Look how cool this thing is. It's huge. So this is the satellite dish. I don't think it does anything particularly. I haven't been able to... If I put my map on, I thought I might... let's go into first person view. I thought it might show me things on my map that weren't there before, but it doesn't seem to, unless the range of the map is just a bit wider now than it was before. But regardless of that, as I say, it is still a very cool piece of design work. You know, there's so much detail in it, and you can actually go up on top of it. It's got a staircase, which I can maybe navigate up. Probably better if I did it in first person. It's a bit glitchy, you kind of have to jump up onto it, I think. And it has these control panels, but nothing I could tell would actually do anything here, I don't think. So the only thing left to try maybe is I could customize, but I don't really know. Often these customized things don't seem to actually do anything. Did that change the colour of the dish, maybe? Oh no, I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Let me out. There we go. No, if that did change any colour of anything, this thing, but it is. It's just a really cool model, and once this is sort of hooked up and working, it's going to be awesome. As you can see in the distance over there, I also have a mega satellite solar panel, and yeah, this thing is huge. Like, I really didn't expect it to be this big when I built it, but it's like it's bigger than the laboratory. But again, a really, really nice model they've built. You know, put a lot of detail into it, and this is just going to look so cool when it's all up and running and you got like lines of these things powering your base. The only other thing that I did build over here is a beacon, and if you look in my top left hand corner, you can see that I actually have it says beacon 6, which is this one. I don't know why it's 6, I've only built one, and it shows me how far away it is. So it doesn't, if I put my map on and then I can left click, and you'll see it'll switch between the spawn location and the beacon, but it doesn't show up on the map. I was kind of expecting it would show up on the map, which would be nice, but still, it's cool. Still cool. It'll help me get back here later. Hello Henry, whatever number. The other thing, there's a couple of things I didn't build, which I was going to build. Nothing too majorly exciting, but just grab a bit of aluminium. Thank you. See what these flags look like. Are these going to be like giant? Oh, no, they're sensibly sized. They're sensibly sized. Can we go there? Yeah. I wonder if you might be able to change the actual flag on these. I don't know. We'll have to have a look when it's built. Ba-doop. Oh, it actually works. It's a functioning flag. Oh, I wonder if it'll get like really, you know, like a lot more blowy when the wind storms are in there. Customize red and blue. So it's orange. Yeah, so I don't think there's any customization you can do on that, but that's cool. You can have a little flag, and I'm assuming pretty soon you'll be able to put your own flag on that. That's a design thing they normally do in these games. And there is one more flag I can build, which is the little one. These I don't think you can. I still don't think you can build these. I suppose that just sorts by. Don't know. Sorts by something else. Little marker. Put a marker down. I don't know if these are Maybe I can actually track these on my map as well. No, it's not showing up as a trackable thing. What did it say on the... Mark of simple flag can be placed to keep track of interesting places in the world. Can be easily seen from far away. Okay, so it's just a visual marker. But yeah, so that's that, and that's that. So without further ado, though, let's get to the vehicles because they're the really exciting thing. So in the last episode we had I built the GAV, and you know, so we already had a bit of a look at this one. But I do want to take another second because I don't feel like I really did this thing justice in the last one. Again, I really wish the HUD would go away sometimes. It's really annoying. Like, just look at the detail in this thing. It is pretty cool. Like, you know, I say, like, for a sort of couple of weeks in early access game, you know, this has got a lot going for it. You know, just look at like the way it's got the exterior roll cage on it. You know, it's kind of got like real sort of Batmobile look with the windows on the front of it. The cool sort of xenon light type things. I guess it'll probably be LED in the future. You know, everything about these vehicles looks really cool. So, you know, I think this is probably, if you want to build a vehicle in this game, I would probably build this one because this gun is just ridiculous. So soon, this thing's pretty quick. Well, you know, and B, once you get this thing, it's like, you know, game over for the enemies. There's nothing they can do to attack you. They will go anywhere, this thing as well, and it seems pretty indestructible. You know, I got killed by the worm in it last time, and it seemed to do fine. It didn't damage the vehicle at all. So yeah, that's to say, that's the first one I built, and I would recommend it because it is an awesome piece of kit. What's also an awesome piece of kit, though, and it's a little bit cheaper to build, is this. And I actually built this before it wiped, and then I've had to rebuild it. This is the hover bike. Now this thing, okay, that's the first time I've seen that. Why have I stood up on it like that? That is not a safe riding position. Let's get off. Can we try and sit on it properly? There we go. That's how you should look. Yeah. So you kind of got this like, I flipped it upside down a bit, but you're kind of like laying down. You can just about, when I spin it around, you can see the legs. So this thing has kind of dual modes. If I just press W to go forward, you see it'll go along about 45 meters or kilometers an hour, and with this it has a little laser cannon thing, and this laser is pretty effective. You know, it actually does kill things pretty quickly if I can actually find someone to kill. But what's more fun about this is if you press shift, you go into like hyperdrive mode, and this thing flies like fuck, and it will like kind of jump over stuff. It's sort of woo, yeah. You see what I mean about flipping it upside down. If you do this, you kind of get stuck. But if you just jump off, it tends to just right itself, and then when you jump back on, you'll be the right way up. Well, yeah, it's pretty hardy. It does take a little bit of damage from riding around like a crazy person like this, but it doesn't seem to get completely destroyed too easily. So, but yeah, this is, I think, well, certainly the fastest vehicle, land vehicle that I've come across in this game. It's yeah, 138, 139. Can we get to 140? Maybe downhill. Let's go downhill. Oh yeah, 144, 145. So yeah, about just shy of 140 on a. I've got to be careful. There's a fucking worm here, isn't there? On a run. You ain't catching me in this worm, he says. I don't like this dust cloud. It was all clear just before I started recording, and now bloody dust clouds everywhere. Yeah, you can't fire, so while I'm holding shift and in super mode, I can't fire. So, oh shit, this is the one with the worm, and I'm about to crash straight into it. Hover, run out of Bunmar. Oh yeah, here it comes. The fuck out of Bunmar. Whee! Hey, see, I am miles away from where that worm thought I was. Hello, Frumbo. So yeah, as you can see, the laser on this thing is actually pretty effective. What was that? No, alien meat. Thought it was something glowing. I got a crystal or something from that. Hey, Frumbo, I killed your friend. Can I kill you too? Apparently I can. So yeah, this is cool. This is really cool. If you're just looking for like a basic mode of transport, I would say get this. Is it you? Angry at me? Where are you? I'll see you in the dust cloud. They all have lights as well, which are like, you can't really tell because it's daylight and it's freaking dust storm again. Let's go and check out, see if the flag's going crazy right now. No, it seems like it's got a static animation for the flag. That's alright though. They'll fix that at some point, I'm sure. There's someone. But yeah, I say this thing is a lot of fun, and I think it's probably the fastest land vehicle in the game. So if you want something speedy, get this. This has an inventory as well, just like the thing. It's a pretty small inventory, but you know, it's still better than nothing. Better than Henry. So the other thing is, next one is the Rover. Now I think the Rover has a big inventory actually. If I have a look, yeah. See, this is kind of the point of the Rover, is it's got a very large inventory, so you can. When you're off on your long journeys collecting up resources, you can take this with you and obviously fill it up, and then you're good. It's really annoying about this dust storm, but I think you can see what you need to see. So this thing is kind of weird. I like the way it's got like the steering works. Kind of, if you look, the wheels aren't actually attached to the vehicle, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll forgive that little model issue. I'm sure they'll do improvements. But again, you know, I say for a first couple of week alpha, you know, this is nice stuff. It's really nice. Again, this thing is, I haven't actually managed to tip this over yet, but I'm sure it's probably possible. It does seem like it's a bit top heavy, but with the articulating suspension, well, it's like, technically I think that's a bogie axle, they call that. Yeah, with that, this thing kind of handles the terrain pretty well, so I'm sure we could tip it over if we wanted to. Should we see if we can tip it over? Come on, get some traction. There we go. 8-wheel drive, still no traction. I don't know. It's pretty slow, this thing. I don't think you can shift boost it like you can with the hover bike. But you know, this thing is not really designed, I guess, for speeding around quickly. This is designed for long journeys when you're going off to gather that resource that's on the other side of the map. Unless you're based here, in which case you don't need to, because all the resources are here. But were you to be somewhere where there aren't resources, this would be incredibly useful, and it's just a nice addition. But yeah, look at the bogie axles, or the articulation on the wheels. That is really nice. It tracks, you know, it genuinely looks like the suspension is working. Like I say, the wheels aren't attached, which is kind of weird if you look. So it's not really the axles that are going up and down, it's the wheel that's sort of flexing on the axle. But yeah, once they kind of fix that side of it, assuming they do, this will be a very nicely put together vehicle for a game. So yeah, so it's this is the Rover. And again, the lights are actually really effective on these things. Like on the hover bike particularly, you put it on, it's like daylight in front of you. Right, so we've gone a bit faster. Let's head back to the base, because I also have the Mech, which is not actually in the game at the moment. Well, it obviously is, because it's stood right next to my base, but in terms of you can't craft it, you have to basically cheat if you want to bring it in, or spawn it in. The spawning in is not like traditionally like you would have on a game where you open the console and type it in or anything like that. The way you spawn stuff in is, if you go into the Steam folder for Osiris, if you don't know how to get to that, well, you should do. But if you don't know how to get, right-click on Osiris in your Steam library list, go to the properties, go to local files. There's a button there to browse local files. Then there is I think it's Osiris data, and then there's like a Osiris save game. Once you've done the Osiris save game, in there you'll find your like username. There'll be a folder made after your piss off. Yeah, there'll be a folder with your username, and in there's normally, it'll say like Proteus 2 or something like that, or depending on what you've named, or fuck off, whatever you've named your world. And if you go in there, you'll find that there's a vehicles tab, and basically in there all the vehicles you have. And if you just change the name of one of the vehicles from, for example, Rover or GAV, and change it to Mech, M-E-C-H, when you come back into the game, you will have a Mech. So that's how you do it. There are plenty of videos and stuff on YouTube if you want to see a visual representation of how that works. But it's pretty easy. It just allows you to just get the Mech. But having said that, the reason the Mech's probably not in the game right now is it is a bit clunky right now. That was my light turning on, I guess. Yeah, it's a bit clunky right now. It doesn't really work very well. But it's still an awesome bit of kit. So we're going to jump in it, and then we're going to go and we'll have a wander around, and we'll have a closer look at it. Come on. So yeah, as you can see, it's kind of like it's learning to walk and it does kind of does little weird like runny walks as well. It's kind of weird as well. It doesn't turn left and right based on the mouse. You have to use left and right on the keyboard. And I don't think you can jump. I imagine they might add a jetpack into it at some point. However, it does have a gun, which apparently you don't have to be pointing in the direction you want to shoot. It's not. If you hold it down, it just fires once, but you can literally fire it as fast as you can. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Once we get this fleshed out, so it runs a bit more smoothly, it's going to be pretty cool, I think. Kill the lithium. Now no one will know the cave is there. Pew, 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 pew. I assume this has lights. Yeah, this has lights as well. Where are the lights on this thing? Yeah, they're just sort of emanating from its soul. It also looks, if you look on its top there, it looks like it almost has like a rail gun, or like just looking sort of behind its kind of head thing, or like maybe like rails for a rocket launcher or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, take a look at this thing, man. At the moment, it's just got these laser guns, but as you can see, it's obviously got some like rocket pods or grenade pods on the outer edge. I haven't been able to figure out any way to fire or change weapon on it. That's probably not in there yet. But again, like if I jump out and have a look how huge this thing is. Like scaling in this game is sometimes hard to figure out, but like look how big this thing is. Just towering above me. And again, really nice detail. And although, as I say, the walking is a little bit clunky in it right now, all the articulation is there. Like, its feet, and did its feet articulate? I don't know. The lower legs and the hips and things like that, it all sort of works well. So they're obviously just trying to fine-tune the movement mechanics of this thing. But yeah, it's going to be cool. Once this is in there, and if it's got a rocket pack, like a jetpack like you've got, but maybe a more powerful one, oh man, this is going to be such an awesome thing. Such an awesome thing. So yeah, look at that, man. That is the Mech. The awesome Mech. Do 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 do. You put your left leg in, you put your right leg out. Dooba 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 doop. Anyway, enough of that, because that thing is awesome, but it's not really working yet. So once it is working, I can't wait to go hunting in that. So that basically is everything that you can build in the game. Obviously, I haven't got the barracks, things like that. In here, before I should actually show you, there's one thing I built in here. There's a couple of extra things we could build in here, but I don't think they're really working right now, and I don't think they're going to be much interest. But I could build a shower and an oxygenator and water reclaim and all that stuff. But I did build this. This is a large locker, and I really like the way it sort of builds into the section of the wall. It looks like it's built in, and it's just a big locker with lots of space, a lot more than the other one. So yeah, pretty cool. But there is, of course, one more thing before we wrap up this series for the time being. There is definitely one more thing that we need to look at. And we'll look at it in the morning. Okay guys, so as you can see from above, it's pretty much morning now, and the horrible storm has passed. Ooh, I can see my flag through there. And while I've been waiting overnight, I thought I'd stop being lazy and I'd actually build in the other things that we can make in here. I haven't got my barracks, so I'm not going to be able to show off the computer station, which is one you can have in there. But we have the other things in here, so let's have a look. We have the oxygenator, which is... I can't really do anything with it. I guess it's... generating oxygen. Oxygen replenishing. Okay, yeah, it didn't say that before. So, okay, so now we have oxygen in here, so that works like the little tenty thing we've got. Climate controller, so that makes sure that it stays a pleasant temperature, although right now it's saying the environment is 62.4 degrees, so someone needs to adjust the thermostat. Is there a button here where I can adjust the thermostat? Because heating my habitat to 60 degrees is... Oops, someone like something's annoying Henry out there. Hopefully they'll leave us alone. Yes. Can you deal? Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, before when I just had a pistol, you were like, yeah, don't. You were annoying, but now you're not annoying because I can just murder you. Right. Raid him. What? That's over encumbered me. Yeah, so... Okay, so the oxygenator is actually working. That's pretty cool. Climate controller is not working. It just seems to be staying the same as it is outside, I guess, unless I can turn this on somehow. Kitchen, right. This is. I wanted to make this because... Ooh, okay. Grilled alien meat and meat stew. Carrots? Okay, I didn't think there was carrots in here. Maybe there aren't yet. We can just grill some meat though. I got some meat, so we can actually, for the first time ever, we can cook some meat and eat it. 20% nutrition. Eat. I am actually hungry. Let's eat. Yeah, vitals are already stable. I need water. That's fine. So yeah, there you go. There's the kitchen. Again, it actually like blends in and builds into the actual building itself. And that's where you cook your meat. So I have not seen carrots in this game. Maybe they are in it. And water reclaimer. Oh, replenish water. Oh, okay, so you just use this and it just fills up your water. Nice and simple. So it's nice that these are all functioning. Like I say, because when you load and everything, you get back all your hydration and nutrition and everything. It's kind of pointless in a way at the moment. But, you know, it's here. It's in the game. It's ready to go. So as soon as they flesh it, they flesh out the rest of it, that's going to be really useful. So I say that is pretty much it. There is just one more thing to show you, which I think is the only last thing, and I have already produced it. I love that solar panel. It's just so awesomely big. Sorry, getting distracted. Yes, the next thing is this. Oh, you just saw the outline of it. There it is, hiding in my Tracy Island Thunderbird crater is the spaceship. Get away from my spaceship! And the spaceship is cool. When I built it, it's like, whoa, that thing is way bigger than I was expecting. I was thinking, something like the size of the hover bike. But if we have a drop down into it, oh, hello, where did you just come from? Was that hiding in the shadow already, or did it just spawn in? I didn't notice it if it was. But yeah, look how cool this thing is. It's kind of hovering a little bit. It has like anti-gravity landing struts, which stop it from damaging and scratching the bottom of it when it lands. Can I get up on top of this thing? Ugh, maybe if I jumped off the top of the... Actually, from here I probably can. Go on. Ugh. Maybe if I actually got a bit of a run up. Come on, let's run and jump. Oh, no, I kind of glitched through it. That's fine, that's fine. But yeah, it kind of looks a bit like a space shuttle, but futuristic space shuttle. But yeah, look at that. And it's really interesting how this works as well. So again, this has a pretty big inventory, if I remember rightly. Where did that go? There we go. Oh, get out of it. Yeah, it's got probably the same size inventory as the Rover, which sort of makes sense because you're likely to go a long way. Excuse me, let me just deal with this little larval skelepod. I can't wait till they add, because like, obviously like, you got the larval skelepod, you've got the young spider or whatever it is, that big thing. I really can't wait till they add in the adult versions of them, because if that spider thing is the young one, yeah, that's going to be pretty cool when they have the full size one. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump in this bad boy. So basically, how this works is it's kind of a hover ship, kind of like the Osprey, which is the Americans' helicopter / plane thing. If you look on the right, you've got the hover and throttle, and the way you actually fly this thing is quite interesting. Basically, you use the left and right mouse buttons. So left mouse button increases your throttle and right mouse button decreases the throttle. However, it's not quite that simple because it's kind of a hovercraft. So if I put a little bit of power onto the left, you'll see I'll take off, and you can see the engines are pointing downwards. And if I get a little bit more power, you'll see the hover and the throttle is starting to go up at the same time now. Now, can I turn just a little bit? If I get a bit more throttle, so I keep holding the left mouse button, you'll notice the nacelles are going to turn straight like that, which goes into like flight mode, and now it's flying, and I can increase the throttle all the way to maximum, and we can fly around at don't actually know what the maximum speed of this one is. I guess we're about to find out. 352. So yeah, so let's say really nice thing, you know, and then you just use the keyboard to fly. I don't know how high you can get. I think I said in a previous episode that, ooh, what's that? Space to what? Oh, press space to exit planet? What? No idea you could do that. Before we do that, we're going to have a quick fly around there, because this is this desert area that I came out to in the GAV and then kind of drove around for a bit and decided there probably wasn't anything out here. But like I said, I still don't know how big this game is in terms of like, I kind of get the feeling that the kind of area that I'm in and that I've explored when playing is probably the sort of game area, and you know what we're flying across now, it's probably then just become sort of endless desert, which you can fly across if you really want to, but there's no point in doing so. So I'm assuming that that's probably how the game is working right now. But I mean, I don't know if there's an end. Maybe there's an end point at some point. I don't know. I don't know what that end point would look like. Maybe it'll just be a thing that helps you to turn around, or who knows. But yeah. So it's also, there's no, unless my game is just glitched, I don't think there's any sound up for the spaceship right now, which is kind of disappointing, because you know sound makes such a big difference when you're dealing with these kind of things. They feel so much cooler. No guns on this, at least as far as I'm aware. Obviously, as I say, your left and right throttles, which normally do your weapons on the other vehicles, or your left mouse button, sorry, which just does your throttle. So yeah, so that's gonna do it, guys. I think what we will do, we're gonna head up into space, and assuming there isn't anything amazing to do up there, we're gonna wrap the episode up there. So let's exit the planet. Ooh, okay, that activates like a hyperdrive. Ooh, what the hell? Where did the planet go? There's the big. Oh, there it is. Oh wow. Oh, yeah, okay, that is freaking cool. That is... Oh, man, it's all asteroids and everything up here. So I'm going to... Okay, if I hold shift, I do actually go faster. I didn't notice that, so about 450. I'm assuming I can't go to other planets. At 430 kilometers an hour, traveling from one planet to another would take a very long time, unless the solar system doesn't live up to any expectations of physics. But yeah, I'm blown away. What the hell is that? Wait, did you see that? There, on the left hand side of my left wingtip. We are definitely going to see that. Is that how I got here? What's it? There's like blur on the screen. Can I go into full first person? No, just there. Right, let's go to this. We're gonna go check this out. Oh my god, this episode could run forever. Maybe there's loads more to this game that I don't know. We are certainly gonna go. I'm assuming I can't get out right now. We'll get to this and find out, I guess. Does this thing have reverse thrusters? Because you know, in space, you need reverse thrusters, otherwise, you know, I won't stop. I'll just keep going forever. I am throttling back and slowing down, so that would imply that there are some kind of reverse thrusters. It's like a futuristic version of the International Space Station with 4 testicles on the end of it. Wow. Okay, so there. I mean, by looks of it, this is not textured right now. At least not fully textured, so it kind of makes sense that they are. Okay, I don't want to go backwards. Stop. It's very important in space that I actually stop. No. Stop the ship before getting out, because if I don't, it won't be there. Oh. No. Stop. No. No. You should have a stop button when you're in space. Just a thought. Right, okay, let's see if we can get out. Oh, shit. Oh, we are out. I don't know why I need to use my boosters when I'm in space. Okay, I can kind of go very slowly forwards and backwards. Oh no, that's I thought that was letting me board the spaceship. Oh wow, guys. Oh man, it's such a shame that, like I say, that I am gonna wrap it up still. But like I say, everywhere I turn in this game, there's just huge potential, and I'm talking real potential, not kind of, you know. Why is there a dust storm in space? Anyway, ignore that. You know, like, I'm talking real potential. You know, not like sort of the early days of the early access sort of open world games where like the idea had potential, but the game themselves never really, you know, they didn't have enough structure in there to have that, to realize that potential. You know, this is not only an awesome idea for a game, it is a really well fleshed out and developed alpha at this stage. So, you know, I am very much looking forward to coming back to this game in a week or a few weeks' time, or a couple of months' time, maybe, when it's a bit more fleshed out. But I think that is going to do it for now, guys. So we're going to leave it in space. Timmy's going to float around up here until we get an update, and then we'll drop back to the planet once we have some new stuff to do. So, well, have you noticed that as well? Sorry, just before I go, if you look at top left, I'm only 797 meters from the beacon. So, this planet has a very low atmosphere, but maybe that's why there's a dust storm in space. But that's going to about do it, guys. So thank you so much for checking out this Osiris series. I've had quite a few views on it, and I know a lot of people are doing the Osiris game, or have been doing it since it came out. So I really do appreciate you guys who've stopped by the channel and checked out my take on it. Hope you'll check out some of the other stuff on the channel while we take a bit of a hiatus from this. As I say, I think the new, particularly the new 7 Days to Die Hunter series that we're doing is a really good one, so please check that out. But for now, guys, I've been Wondering Timmy. This has been Osiris New Dawn. I hope you've enjoyed this series, and I hope very much that you'll check back for the next one.